Sorry. Let's type it up. We're at ISUPK out of 1 West, 125th Street, out of Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. Of course, we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans the truth according to the Bible, history, archaeology, and anything else you may need for your understanding. I'm Priest and Officer DAYTON out of Dayton, Ohio. In today's class, today's law class, will actually be on Christmas. How Christmas is paganism. And there is no way around it. This isn't just a theory, a myth, you understand? This is reality. There's really no way around it. If you could, let me get Isaiah, book of Isaiah 8 and 20. Let's start there. Book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and 20. Of course, if anyone has any questions or comments, feel free to put it in the chat. We'll rock it out. Isaiah 8 and 20. I get it. Son of Christ. Go ahead and read it when you got it.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20.
Uh-huh.
To the law and to the testimony.
To what?
To the law and to the testimony.
Right.
If they speak not according to this word,
right,
it is because there is no light in them.
That's all you got to understand Christmas is paganism. To understand Christmas is a sin to celebrate it. Because Isaiah says to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not on this wise, if whatever they're telling you to do is not according to the law and to the testimony, meaning the prophets that come after the law, then there is no light in them. You understand? And nothing but wickedness comes of it. So now we got to see, is Christmas to the law and to the testimony, or is it of something else? So let's find out. So in general, Christmas, well, we know Christmas comes around when? In the wintertime, right? Christmas comes around in the wintertime, in late December. And what a lot of people don't realize is it's the winter solstice. The winter solstice is the time of year where you get the shortest days and the longest nights. And that's what represents the winter solstice. Well, now, why do they celebrate that? They celebrate that because it represents us going from that to now days slowly but surely getting longer and nights becoming shorter until we get to a spring or a summer. And now, it's daytime till 9, 10 at night. What does that also represent? That also represents us getting closer to the time of the sun coming back out. Warmer days, us being able to grow our food and our crops. We got to understand, this was important when you didn't have grocery stores. This was vital when you couldn't just order offline or Uber Eats. This was vital. There was no fast foods. If you didn't grow enough crops to survive through the winter and the fall or whatnot, you might not live. So for them, this was vital. This was everything. And that's why eventually, and what we're going to find out is, that's why the sun god was so important to them, because that's how they survived. That was everything. The sun itself. You understand? So now I want you to read something. This is some history. We're going to get history. We're going to get scriptures. We're going to go back and forth. You understand? We'll get a little bit of it all. All right, so now this is hold on 1 second. This is winter solstice. We're gonna get a little bit of a little bit of history on it. Let's see if I can get that real quick. Let's see if I can bring it back up. Where's my AI? There we go. That's what I mean. Of course, if you got any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. That's what we're here for. Yeshua, the sun guy, how? Yeah, that's not the same thing. Let me just do it like this. Yeah, that's not the same thing. That Yeshua, the sun God, is not the same thing. All right, so where I want. All right, so we're gonna read this definition of what this really means. You understand? We're gonna read this definition of what winter solstice means, and you're gonna start to hear some things that sound familiar. Just start from the top of that scientific meeting and read down.
Go.
This is winter solstice. Go ahead.
Scientific meaning. In the northern hemisphere,
Right.
the winter solstice occurs around December 21st through 22nd.
Right.
At the precise moment the sun reaches its southernmost point in the sky, appearing directly over the Tropic of Capricorn.
Go ahead.
Etymology.
Mm-hmm.
Etymology meaning. The word solstice comes from the Latin solstium, meaning the sun stands still. This refers to how the sun's path appears to pause at its most southernmost arc before reversing direction to move north again.
Right. And that's what we just talked about making the days longer again. Go ahead.
Symbolic and cultural meaning. Historically, many cultures viewed this time as this as a time of rebirth.
Rebirth. See? They looked at this as a time of rebirth. Why? Because now we're about to be rebirthed into the time of when we can grow crops. Life is coming back eventually, essentially. Days are longer. Go ahead.
Since the days lengthened immediately after the solstice, it symbolized the return of the light and triumph over the light over darkness. I've never heard that one.
Yeah. See, you got to understand, look at it from a simplistic state. During this time, all up until this point, it's been cold. We can't grow no crops. We running low on food. We desperate. Ain't no social media, ain't no Uber Eats, ain't no grocery store. It's whatever we prepared for the winter. You understand? So now these heathens, they looking and like what they were starting to realize is every year, this is the time where the days starting to longer. Sooner enough, after the days starting to longer again, the weather starts to get warmer. And that's why they praise this time of year. You understand? They praise this time of year. If you could, Baba Kushah, stay right there and give me Deuteronomy 4:18. Deuteronomy 4:18. Because this is what we got to understand. This was all about sun worship. That's all this was. Like when you celebrate Christmas, to sum it up, you're just doing sun worship. Why do they worship the sun at this time, you say? Because it's not like the sun is doing its thing. This is the beginning of when the sun is going to start or to rebirth into doing what the sun does. You understand? That's why this time of year was so amazing. And it was just like, all right, we made it through the first half, but it's cold. Now we on the. It's like we made it to the mountaintop. Now we on the back hill. You understand? Go ahead and give me that Deuteronomy 4, Salaki. Yeah, start at 15. 15. Yep.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves,
Mm-hmm.
for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord spake unto you in Horeb,
Right.
out of the midst of the fire.
Oh, Salaki. Give me the. Let me see that. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. All right, what I said, Deuteronomy 4.
Okay.
God damn. All right. Deuteronomy 4. Where we at? 15.
Okay.
All right, let's get it.
Deuteronomy 4, I just read 15.
All right, go ahead. 16.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Lest ye corrupt yourselves
Right.
and make you a graven image,
So lest you corrupt yourself to make you a graven image, right?
the similitude of any figure,
The similitude of what?
any figure,
A wreath,
any figure,
a Christmas tree,
any figure,
Santa Claus,
any figure,
any figure. Go ahead.
the likeness of male or female.
Male or female. Reindeer. It don't matter. Any figure. Go ahead.
Verse 17, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth,
There you go. Go ahead.
the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air.
And there's a reason we're reading this part. I need y'all to hear me out. Wait till we get to the end. You're going to see something that, guess what? They didn't teach you in the Christian church. And there's a reason why. Go ahead.
Verse 18,
Uh-huh.
the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground.
Right.
The likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth.
Right.
You want to go to verse 19?
Yep.
Verse
Going
19.
to 20. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Verse 19.
Uh-huh.
And least thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven,
Right.
and when thou seest the sun,
You see the what?
so you
see the sun,
and the moon, and the
the
stars,
stars,
even all the host of heaven,
all the hosts of heaven.
shouldest be driven to worship them.
So should it still be driven to worship them? Like you're driven to worship them. Go ahead
and serve them,
and serve them.
which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all the nations under the whole heaven.
What did it just tell us? What did the Lord in the laws of God just tell us?
That he divided this unto all the nations under
What did he divide to all the nations under heaven?
the sun, the sun and the moon,
To do what?
the sun and the moon and stars,
To do what?
to not be worshipped.
No. To do what?
Oh, it shouldn't be. Even if you look up there and see it.
He's talking to the children of Israel, telling them, no, you don't worship.
Oh,
I divided that to the other nations.
Other nations to worship. So
For them to worship. The Lord, this is also how you understand the Lord ain't for everybody and everything else. The Lord divided to the other nations, the sun, the moon, the stars, all the beasts, everything, any similitude of anything, that's for them to worship. That's what they do. That's why they have a winter solstice. You understand? This is why they have a Christmas, Easter, and all these things. Because that's what they do. They worship that. Now, read verse 20 to bring it home.
Verse 20.
Uh-huh.
But the Lord hath taken you.
The Lord did what?
The Lord hath taken you.
The Lord hath taken you, children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
And brought you forth out of the iron furnace.
And brought you out of the iron furnace. So now you ain't got to go look stupid worshiping animals and any likeness of male or female and Christmas trees and the sun, the moon, the stars. You ain't got to go worshiping all that. I took you out the furnace. Go ahead.
Even out of Egypt.
Even out of Egypt, because you know they was doing that in Egypt. Go ahead.
To be unto him a people of inheritance.
To be unto who?
To be unto him a people of inheritance.
To be unto the Most High a people of inheritance. That's our God, not the sun, the moon, and the stars. That's our God. Our God is the Most High God. Everybody else on earth, your favorite white boy, a white girl, your favorite African, your favorite East Indian, your favorite Arab, they got the sun, the moon, the stars to worship. That's why they're going to have a lot of feast days or pagan days or holidays that don't make sense. But one way or another, I guarantee you, it goes back to one of the things that the Lord just named off: the sun, the moon, the stars, a male or female figure, a beast. You understand? It's going to go back to that. Why? Because the Lord gave them that to worship. The Lord chose us out of all them, took us out of that fiery furnace to be his inheritance. So we don't worship that. You understand what that's saying? Most High Christ. All right. Now that we get that, let's go back here. Let's get a little bit more history. Where you left off from.
Okay. Keys, traditions, and observations. The Stonehenge, UK, built to align with the winter solstice sunset.
Right. So that Stonehenge, those big old rocks you see, the whole purpose of it was to see, is it winter solstice yet? Or are we getting to that time where the days are about to be longer and soon enough it's going to start getting warmer and we can start growing our crops? Go ahead.
I didn't know this was the UK. Now this makes more sense.
Yeah.
So, because when Native Americans did it, and they did it for the whole year. It wasn't just for the winter solstice.
Yeah.
They did it for the whole year. When they set up these stones, the stones weren't even huge. They set up for the whole year, the calendar for the whole year. They never said that was advanced. But the Stonehenge, that only was set for winter solstice, that was advanced.
Yeah, right. Keep reading.
Yule, northern Europe.
So Yule is another sect of people. Go ahead, north of Europe. Go ahead.
That makes sense, Yuletide. A pagan festival celebrating the return of the sun,
right? Which
heavily influenced modern Christmas traditions like the Yule log.
Read that again. A pagan tradition. Go ahead.
Which heavily influenced modern Christmas traditions like the Yule log and evergreen wreaths.
Wreaths, right? Those wreaths that you put on your door. You understand? That you walk up and every other house has a wreath. That Yule log. This is why now in the hood we really don't understand this, but because we ain't got this, truth be told. But if you go to those white neighborhoods, they always got what? A fireplace burning. You understand? Every Christmas.
The Yuletide.
Right. Well, I don't know about Yuletide. I know about roll tide. Is that the same thing?
No.
All right, my fault. But that's what that fireplace is. You understand? That's that same law. And remember, this represents the sun doing what? What did it say?
A pagan. Oh, are you talking about the Stonehenge or just the Yule?
The Yule.
A pagan festival celebrating the return of the sun.
The return of the sun. See, it all goes back into this because they're at a time of year where they don't have technology. They don't have the knowledge of whatever. All they know is around this time, days start getting a little bit better. Slowly but surely, we get into a better place to where we can get some more food, crops, our animals can come back outside. We can start doing all that farming and all that good stuff again so we can eat. That's what this represented to them. This is what pagan worship. Pagan means man worship. This is why they worshipped it, because it represents life coming back or the rebirth. That's what this meant. This was the beginning of the rebirth. That's why this is really sun worship. Go keep reading.
The Dongji, East Asia.
Right.
A major festival where the families gather to celebrate the return of positive energy, yang, and eat traditional foods like tangyong, glutinous rice balls.
Go ahead.
Saturnalia, ancient Rome.
Right.
A week-long festival honoring the god of Saturn with feasting and gift-giving, also widely considered a precursor to modern-day holiday traditions.
Right. So this was what they did the week previous to that. This was to December 25th. Why? Because it represents that time frame of, okay, guess what? The winter solstice is happening. We can get back to love and life, essentially. So they held a week-long feast, a week-long party, a week-long Diddy party, essentially. You understand? That's what it was. All right, let me see that. So that's what we got to understand. And that's what Saturnalia was. Usually Saturnalia is from December 17th to the 23rd. Sometimes it can be longer. And that leads up, like I said, that leads up to the winter solstice, which is what we call December 25th, which is what we call modern day Christmas, which is what a lot of our people are about to celebrate. You putting them gifts under your tree and you saying it's for the kids, but this is the problem. We are doing damage to the kids spiritually when we have them celebrate this. Why? Because, and it's not just spiritual, it's physical. It manifests, like we do damage spiritually, but it manifests itself physically. I made a post probably about 3 or 4 months ago where I said Christians are the reason why, unfortunately, we lost another baby. We lost another daughter of ours. You understand? To unwarranted violence. And today, tonight, tomorrow is the point of that. It's the point of that post. Why? Because the same people that had a problem with that little girl being unalived the way she did, they're going to be the same ones that's going to be celebrating today or tomorrow. They're going to be celebrating the winter solstice. They're going to be celebrating Saturnalia. They're going to be celebrating, you understand, Sol Invictus, which we're about to get into. And in doing that, you're bringing sin unto your nation, sin unto sin. So when you bring sin in the door, you can't say what sin follows. Just know you opened the door to sin. And because you opened the door to sin, any other demon that wants to get in can get in. This is why you have to be guarded from sin. This is why you keep the law, statutes, and commandments of God, and you're protected from sin. The Lord protects you from sin. And this is why this is so heavy on my heart, because, man, I understand millions upon millions of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American families are about to open the door to sin tonight and tomorrow. Anyway, so with Saturnalia, of course, what? They lit candles, had elaborate feasts, gathered together, sang songs, played games, and this is how they celebrated. Of course, this was representing Saturn, and guess what? This was their favorite holiday. So in the pagan customs, out of all the holidays they had, this was their favorite holiday. What you call Christmas was the favorite holiday of the Roman people. So now let's get some more. Where I want to go. 1 second. Let me get to where am I? Photo. That's what I need. We're about to get to it. Matter of fact, that's where I want to go. Of course, if you got any questions or comments, feel free to put it in the chat. I hope I ain't passed anybody's up, but you know. That's not what I want. Hey, if I took a picture, shouldn't I? Like I did a what's that called? Whatchamacallit? Like when you do like a selfie, or not the selfie, but basically.
You took a picture of the screen?
Yeah, screenshot.
Yeah.
How do I get to that?
Go to your gallery.
Oh, gallery. Let's see. I don't know if I got gallery.
Gallery or photos, one or the other.
All right, let me see. I think I got photos. I think. All right, there go photos. Now what?
It should be like one of the first few images.
For some reason, it's not. Let me see. Let me take this photo. You said, what's the appropriate response to someone saying Merry Christmas at work? If somebody tell you Merry Christmas, just say no sweat, or you can ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you at work to do your slavery. You're not at work to turn anyone to the truth or any of that. Now if somebody asks you about it or they see a video of yours or whatever, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, you just downplay it. Hey, Merry Christmas. Oh man, no sweat. Or you can ignore them. If you really don't fool with them and they just saying it on some out the way stuff, you can just ignore them. But just no sweat. All right, man. Y'all have a good day. That's literally pretty much all I do the whole time. All right. So since I can't find it, let me see. All right. So let's get into it. Sol Invictus. Has anyone heard of Sol Invictus?
You say Invictus or Invictus?
Invictus. Sol Invictus.
No.
Well, I don't know why not. That's what we're celebrating. That is what we're celebrating. Get AI mode on that. All right. So read this from the top and then scroll down. So now Sol Invictus, just to give y'all a little backdrop, and then we're going to get into the history of it. Sol Invictus, Sol Invictus is considered the unconquered sun. And he's essentially the sun god. That's what Rome made as the sun god. You understand? Again, it goes all back into the roots of what we just talked about. The sun representing life, power, being a god, because the sun, why do they call the sun a god? Why? Because it gives power unto their life, meaning they need that sun to live. So now they make a man after that. You understand? And then they make it a holiday. Now, this is the thing, though. His birthday was December 25th, and that was made official in 274 AD. Thing about that is that's a 50 plus years before Christianity ever established was ever established in Rome. So this, the way they celebrated it was with public games, chariot races, distribution of food, a lot of things you see today. People will go out and act like they really for the people, and one day a year they go out and they pass out food and other things and gifts and all that. That's the same thing they did for this. So we're about to get into it. Go ahead.
Okay. Sol Invictus, Latin for unconquered sun, refers to the official sun god of the later Roman Empire and a major state-sponsored cult established in the 3rd century AD.
So that's when it was established. Like I said, 274 AD. So that's 3rd century. Go ahead.
The title Invictus, unconquered or invincible, was an epithet applied to several Roman deities to signify their eternal strength and resilience against the darkness.
Right.
Okay.
Again, remember, this is the resilience against darkness. But what does this practically mean? The darkness is shorter days, longer nights. That's the darkness that they're talking about fighting against. This is why they worship the sun. Remember, we just talked about how the Lord gave them the sun to worship, so they were going to naturally do that. It's just we weren't supposed to follow suit. And every time we serve Christmas, we're following suit. Go ahead.
Official establishment. While the sun worship existed in early Rome as Sol Indignes,
yeah.
Emperor Aurelian,
right,
elevated Sol Invictus to a supreme position in 274 AD to unify empire's diverse religious practice.
Right. So that's what we just talked about, 274 AD. Go ahead.
Symbolism. He was simply depicted as a youthful, radiant figure wearing a radiant crown, a crown of sun rays.
A radiant crown, meaning he had a crown, something like this, but then he had rays pointing out of it. Just picture this, and then like somebody drawing the sun around your head, like you're just radiant. Go ahead.
And driving a 4-horse chariot.
Hey, Lord Christ, what's going on, Op? Go ahead.
And driving a 4-horse chariot, quadriga, across the sky.
Right, yeah, they made him. Again, this is what we just read this in the law. Deuteronomy 4:18. Literally, they're not going to do anything that Deuteronomy 4:18 did not already tell us not to do. Go ahead.
Representing the daily triumph of light over night.
The daily triumph of what?
Light over night.
That's what all this is about. Again, that's what all this is about. the triumph of light overnight. Why? Because they need to get back to being able to grow their crops. They can't grow their crops. This is why they worship the sun. Because when the sun was there, they can make food, their crops, the herd, and guess what? They can make money. I get richer when the sun is around. You know what? The sun is just life. It's my God. Truth be told, this is no different than you worshiping money. It's no different. Because that represents your life, your sustaining life, and everything. It empowered your life. And that's what the sun was to them. Because they could do things like grow their crops, their farming, and everything else to not only sustain life, but to make money, to make wealth. Go ahead.
Okay. Symbolism. Oh, I already said symbolism. Lucky. Political role. Right. Emperors use Sol Invictus as a symbol of imperial authority, often appearing on coins alongside the god to present themselves as his companion, companion or comes, or divine protector.
Right. He's the divine protector. Why? Meaning they put their trust, their faith, their protection. You understand? Remember that? I don't know if I don't know if he was there when we read that scripture that says they have a covering they cover with a covering, but not of the Spirit of the Lord.
Oh God.
That was their covering. Their covering was Sol Invictus. Why? Because it represented the sun. You understand? That's what they were into. This is why we should not be into it. Go ahead.
Okay. The connection to Christmas. Sol Invictus, most famous today for its association with December 25th.
Right.
The date of the festival of Dies Natalis Solis Invicti.
Latin. Go ahead.
Birthday of the unconquered sun.
Birthday of who?
The unconquered sun.
That's Sol Invictus. Go ahead.
Winter solstice. The date has chosen because it followed the winter solstice, marking the point when daylight begins to lengthen again.
Damn right. Let me see. Where we at?
At the Christian adoption.
Christian adoption. Okay. Most high. Yeah, let's read that real quick. Christian adoption. Now listen to this. Listen closely. This is the Christian, and this is why this is the problem. Because we'll say, man, guess what? The Christians are Christians, the Muslims are Christians, the Pan-Africans are Christians, Black Power people are Christians, all y'all Christians. And this is why we call you Christians. Because you still celebrate Christmas. And that's a Christian thing. That was a Christian adoption. We're about to read it. Go ahead.
The Christian adoption.
Uh-huh.
Many historians believe the early Christian church selected December 25th for Christmas to compete with or replace the popular pagan festival, though some scholars argue the date was calculated independently based on the spring equinox.
Read that again.
Many historians believe the early Christian church selected December 25th for Christmas to compete with or replace the popular pagan festival.
Okay. Now, let me see this. Let me see this real quick.
That's not usually how I hear it.
Yeah.
First time I've seen it like that.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get all into it today.
This is the same way as what is it? The days of the week. Because we never usually go by the days of the week. Each day is a representation of the God they had.
Mm-hmm. Let's read this. So now we're talking about the key festivals and rituals of this pagan holiday. A lot of this is going to sound familiar.
Key festivals and rituals.
Uh-huh.
Dies Natalis Solis Invictus, or December 25th.
Right.
The main festival was established by Emperor Aurelian in 274 AD to mark the winter solstice when the sun's light began to take and return the days grow longer,
right,
symbolizing the sun triumphs over darkness.
Right.
It was the day of general feasting and merrymaking across the Roman Empire.
It was the day of what?
Feasting and merrymaking.
Feasting and merrymaking. What is that? Does that sound familiar? Is that not what y'all about to go do tomorrow? Feast, merrymaking. You understand? That's how you celebrate that holiday. Go ahead.
Public events included large spectacles and games, notable significant number of chariot races.
Chariot races.
Lord of Solis, held in the Circus Maximus, as the four-horse chariot quadriga was sacred to the sun god.
So now, the four-horse chariot was sacred to the sun god. You'll say, well, we don't do that. You don't do that. But you do got Prancer, Dancer, Donner, Dixon, Rudolph. He had a red nose. I don't know where he got that shit from.
Call it a sleigh now, not a chariot.
And now, right, you call it a sleigh instead of a chariot now. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And guess what? We're going to learn why it became these things later in the class, if you stay with me. Because some would say, well, that's not the same thing. But we're going to learn exactly why these things are what they are. Go ahead.
Temples dedicated to Sol Invictus, such as the grand one built by Aurelian in Rome, would host special ceremonies and sacrifices.
Sacrifices, go ahead.
Rituals performed by priests and worshippers involved offerings of incense, wine, and food. The celebration likely included the lighting of candles and lamps, symbolizing the return of light and warmth after the longest night of the year.
Again, this all goes back to the foundation of what we talked about. Them worshiping the sun, bringing that light back. But what did they say? What did they offer? What was their offerings? Their sacrifices?
Their sacrifices included incense,
wine,
and food.
Is that not what you get every Christmas? Incense, wine, and food. I can tell you right now, I just came from the liquor store. That liquor store was full. Full. Everybody was in that thing. You can't tell me I ain't gonna have a Christmas dinner tomorrow.
I'm trying to think about the incense. The only thing I can think of is the mistletoe.
What?
The mistletoe as an incense?
No, I mean incense. I mean, well, technically, people still use incense. I mean, it's not like it's they looking at it as worship, but people put incense up all the time. It's almost like you wanted to bring that aroma, that smell, or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. So, that's why I said the only thing I could think of.
Yeah,
incense is mistletoe.
All right, keep reading. Let's get more.
Celebrate Salakia. The emperor often participated in the rituals, reinforcing his divine connection with the sun god and his imperial authority.
Yeah.
All right. Then keep going.
Let me see where you at.
Agnon's or Eldon Solus.
All right, that's good on that. So now that we understand that, now that we understand that December 25th represents who? Sol Invictus. We can't say it represents Christ. That's not even biblical. It doesn't represent his birthday. So now let's get into this. Matter of fact, let me see. What do I want?
Salakia.
What's up?
Wouldn't that make it worse that they normally used it as a replacement?
Say it again.
So if basically their race, the heathens knew all of a sudden that December 25th was celebrating him,
right?
Sol Invictus, right?
Right. They knew that. Like
right.
The people that got us celebrating Christmas, they know that's what
they know for sure.
They know that.
That's his day. You can't take that day away.
Right. They know that.
Right. So even trying to replace it, wouldn't that make it even worse?
What you mean?
So basically, we don't know about it nowadays.
Okay.
And how the AI even said Christmas is a replacement of Sol Invictus, even though that spirit still lives on for Christmas.
Right.
Wouldn't that make it even worse?
For us?
Oh, yeah, I know for us, but I'm saying just in the light of it, because not a lot of people know this.
Right. It's like you're doing the same thing, but now you're hiding it under your culture of what you have today. Just like that really was a continuation of what they did in Egypt, or what they did during the not Persian, I forget what kingdom it was, but all this, it's almost like accumulated, and now they just put their spin on it. So now America does the same thing, and they can say, here, Christmas. That's all. That's really all that's going on. So now let's get it understood that Christ was not born on December 25th. Truth be told, it's an Israelite culture that we do not celebrate birthdays. That's in the Bible. You understand? So we're about to get it. Let me see where we at. Yep. That's what I want. That's what I want. All right. So read from the top. This is all history. You understand? Like I said, in the truth, you're going to get the history of what's going on. We ain't just going to tell you, nope, don't do it. No, don't do it. Listen to us, and this is why you should listen to us. Go ahead.
That's even crazier to even read. In the first 3 centuries of Christianity, there is no record of formal church celebration of Jesus Christ's birthday.
Read that again.
There is no record of formal church celebration of Jesus Christ's birthday.
In the first 3 centuries, there is no recollection of celebrating Christ's birthday. Meaning from the time Christ was on earth to the time of 3 centuries after that, there was no thought or even mention of celebrating Christ's birthday. Go ahead.
Early Christians generally did not celebrate birthdays at all.
Read that part again, nice, long, and loud.
Early Christians generally did not celebrate birthdays at all.
See, the church fathers, which were Israelites, they understood we don't celebrate birthdays. That's not what we do. That's not our culture. Even what you would call early Christianity did not celebrate birthdays at all, let alone Christ's birthday. They didn't celebrate any of their birthdays. That's not what we do. That's not our culture. That's paganism. That was given to us. Go ahead.
As they viewed the practice as a pagan custom.
As something we should do custom.
A pagan custom.
As an honorary custom.
Pagan custom.
It was a pagan custom. It was a pagan custom. Celebrating birthdays is paganism. Remember, what was the first verse we started off with in this class? Let me see if you're paying attention. Yeah.
You said Isaiah 8:20.
Paraphrase what it was talking about.
I can't paraphrase. So
to the
law,
to the law,
and to the spirit.
To the test.
No, to the law and to the testimony.
To the law and to the testimony. To the law, first 5 books. To the testimony, all the prophets that came right after the first 5 books. What? Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, all these books. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not on this wise, it's because there is no truth in them. Birthdays was something we knew not to do. We didn't even think about doing it until we took part of pagan culture. Christmas, we didn't even think about a Christmas until we took part of a pagan culture. Let's keep reading. Go ahead, it gets better.
Come on. Reasons for the absence of celebration. Theological focus. The early church focused almost exclusively on Christ's death and resurrection, Easter, and his baptism, Epiphany, rather than his physical birth. View a birthday. View a birthday.
Now, this is how we view birthdays. Go ahead.
Prominent early Christian writers such as Origen of Alexandria.
Meaning, this was a brother that lived in Alexandria, which was in Egypt, but it was being ran by the Greeks at this time. Well, it had Greek captivity that trickled into the Roman captivity. Go ahead.
Circa 185 to 253 AD. Explicitly mocked birthday celebrations.
Read that again.
He explicitly mocked birthday celebrations.
The early church father, the brother that understood that was closer to Christ than any of us, he mocked birthday celebrations. You celebrate your birthday. Why do you celebrate you? You are a failure. You are in captivity. You hate your own life. Why are you celebrating your birthday? You need to celebrate how to get up out of this captivity. You need to learn how to celebrate how to overcome your oppressor. You're up here celebrating your birthday when all year you've been screwing up according to the laws of God. Go ahead.
He explicitly mocked birthday celebrations. He argued that in Scripture, only sinners like Pharaoh and Herod.
Like who?
Like Pharaoh and Herod.
Like Pharaoh and Herod. Go ahead.
Celebrated their birthdays.
Only in Scripture, the only people we can see celebrating birthdays are Pharaoh and Herod. Now, let's get that. Makes sense, right?
I didn't know there was
birthdays in the Bible.
No, it was Pharaoh and Herod that's celebrated in the Bible. I thought, what is it? I'm paraphrasing it. He does not take in your feast days.
Amos 5 and 21. We're gonna get there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. All right, so now let's get Pharaoh. Where's Pharaoh? We'll start with let's go to Herod. We'll go to Herod. Where's Herod at? in the scriptures, because we're going to go to the Bible. This is Bible and history. We're bringing Bible and history together because I want people to understand that they coincide with each other. Do you know why the Bible and history coincides with each other? And just so you know, I know you don't know. It's okay. Go to Mark 6:21. You know why the Bible and history coincides with each other? Because the Bible is history. The Bible is actual, real, live, earthly history. You just have to understand it from the actual people of the book. Not from a religion, not from theology, but from the real bloodline people of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Bible is history. So now, we just had history tell us the early church fathers did. And guess what? The early church fathers, they weren't even righteous in all aspects. I'll be the first to tell you that. But even them, they understood one thing. We don't celebrate birthdays. That's not us. That's what heathens do. People need to celebrate themselves. We don't have to celebrate ourselves. We're the children of God. Our flex is in our Father. Look at it no different than, I hate to bring this up, but you can almost tell this is what his flex is. You know, LeBron got a son named Bronny James. And he ain't that good at basketball, at least on a pro level. But you can tell he don't care. He don't. And I ain't mad at him. You know why? Because his flex is in his daddy. In his eyes, my daddy is the greatest to ever do this. What do I need to do it for? I'm never going to run out of money. I'm always going to have status. I'm good to go. My flex isn't in me. My flex is in my Father. Okay. That's the spirit we have to take in the Most High God. My flex ain't in me. My flex is in my God, my Father. Go ahead.
Okay, but Bronny James did do something that his father hasn't done.
What's that?
And his first time entering an NBA,
Yeah.
he was the jersey sale that sold the most. So, first month or week.
Say it again.
So, Bronny James,
What Bronny
his jersey sales
skyrocketed
past anybody else's first month or first week of being into NBA.
Like his first week of being an NBA player, that first week he sold more jerseys than anybody ever did.
Okay.
Do you think that was because of him or his father?
His father cheers it off to him.
Let's say if he didn't have that as his father, would he have sold all those jerseys?
Probably not.
Exactly. His flex is in his father. Even when he does something good, his flex is still in his daddy. That's how our spirit got to be. Our flex got to be in our Father. We don't need to celebrate a birthday. A birthday should be beneath us. Do you understand who my God is? Do you understand who my Father is? He the reason that you worshiping moons, stars, and suns. This is why you need a Christmas. This is why you need a Easter. This is why you need a birthday. Because my God got more power than anything in your life. Now, where you at?
Go.
Mark chapter 6, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
And when a convenient day was come, that Herod on his birthday made a supper to his lords.
Herod on what?
His birthday.
Did what?
Made a supper to his lords, high captains, and chief of estates of Galilee.
Guess what? On Herod's birthday, he had a dinner. He had a feast. He had a party with all his higher-ups. Is that not what you do on your birthday? See, you don't follow Christ. You follow the heathen. Because that's what you do on your birthday. You have a dinner. You have a feast. You have a party with all your friends and all your loved ones. All the people you are. That's what you do. But that's not what Israelites do. That's not what Christ did. That's not what the early church fathers did. Because we understood that's not in our culture. That's the way of the heathen. And we even see it in the scriptures. Give me Matthew 14:6. Get some more on Herod.
Matthew chapter 14, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod.
What's that telling us?
That's how we'll celebrate it.
What did Herod? What is that saying Herod was doing?
Celebrating his birthday, celebrating himself.
Right, he was having a party, playing music, telling people to dance. You do this, you do that. Now you say, "Well, I don't do that." You don't have the power to do that. You ain't no king. That's why you don't. Because if you had the power, you would do that dumb stuff. If you did. But Herod's the king. He ruled everything. They tell people to lick crap off the ground. They gonna do it because Herod's the king. He got that power. So that's how he celebrated his birthday, with a party, with a feast. Same thing you do. Now let's get it even in more ancient times, out of Egypt. Out of Egypt. Let me get Genesis 40 and 20. Genesis 40 and 20.
Genesis chapter 40, verse 20.
This is birthdays in the Bible. We just got the history. Now we getting it out the scriptures. To the law and to the testimony, they speak not on this wise, is because there's no truth in it.
And
Go
it
ahead.
came, Genesis chapter 40, verse 20.
Uh-huh.
And it came to pass the third day, which was Pharaoh's birthday.
Which was Pharaoh's what?
Birthday.
Uh-huh.
That he made a feast unto all his servants.
He did what?
He made a feast unto all his servants.
Made a feast. There it is again. We cooking out. We making a feast. We partying. Go ahead.
And he lifted up the head of the chief butler,
Right.
and of the chief baker among his servants.
Right.
Oh,
Me-
crap.
right.
Baker.
Right. Like he lifting them up. Hey, man, this is my special day. We going to party out. We going to ball out. Let's get it. You understand? This is how they celebrated birthdays. That's in ancient Egypt and in ancient Rome. Do you understand? That's about close to about a good 1,000+ year difference. 1,000+ year difference, and they're doing the same thing to celebrate. You have two powerful heathens doing the same thing to celebrate their birthday. And yet still you want to celebrate your birthday. Yet still you want to act like you're celebrating Christ's birthday. We don't celebrate birthdays. That's not what we do. Now, let's get it in the law why we don't do it. Give me Leviticus 18 and 3.
Leviticus chapter 18, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinances.
Right. So now, give me let's start from the top of that. We're gonna break it down. Go ahead.
Come. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
After the doings of the land of Egypt.
After the doings of the land of Egypt. What was the doing of the land of Egypt? What did they do? What was a doing?
They celebrated their gods.
They did. In context of what we're talking about. What?
They celebrated their birthdays.
Celebrated their birthdays. How do we know they celebrated their birthdays? If the king, the ruler of all of it, the Pharaoh, was celebrating his birthday, what do the people do? They follow. That's what people do. They follow the king. They follow the power. They follow the rich. That's what people do. So if the king is celebrating his birthday, the people start celebrating theirs, because that's what the king does. So when it says, read that again.
After the doings of the land of Egypt.
After the doings, what they do after the doings, that's how heavy that law is. Say, man, anything they do, I don't care what it is, anything they do, go ahead.
Wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do.
Shall you not do. That means you not celebrating your birthday. That's a doing you do not do, according to the scriptures, man. You understand? So this is how we understand that we do not keep our birthdays. That's not what we do. But that also means Christmas cannot represent the birthday of Christ, because that wasn't anything we did. We did not implement that. So now I want you to keep reading with this, wherever you was at.
Okay. Lack of Bible date, a biblical date.
Right.
The Bible does not provide a specific date of Jesus' birth.
Right.
Early Christmas, like Clement of Alexandria,
Right.
circa 280, noted that various groups have proposed different dates, such as May 20th, April 20th, or April 21st.
Right. During that springtime, right?
But
It's more
none,
likely. Go ahead.
But none of these were observed as liturgical or liturgical.
Let me see it.
I can't even say the words.
Yeah.
I used to say words. Liturgical.
Where you at?
Liturgical.
Were observed as liturgical feast.
Liturgical feast.
Meaning we can, even if we feel like that's the day, we cannot see where we actually kept that day. We didn't do that day. Even if we know April 20th is his birthday, in fact, it is etched in stone. You will not record nor see where Christ or any Israelite had ever kept that day. So even if that's the truth, we still shouldn't be doing it. That's what that just told us. Go ahead.
Okay.
Transition to celebration. Speculative calculations in the late 2nd and early 3rd centuries, some Christians began trying to calculate the birth date based on the belief that Jesus was conceived and died on the same day, March 25th. Counting 9 months from this date led to December 25th. Okay. First recorded observance. The earliest official mention of December 25th as a day to honor Jesus' birth.
So now, when did we first start hearing about this is Jesus' birthday? Go ahead.
As the official mention of December 25th as a day to honor Jesus' birth appears in a Roman calendar from 336 AD.
336 AD. Go ahead.
Well into the 4th century.
Uh-huh.
So this is 4 centuries after.
Right.
The store state of adaptation. It was only after Emperor Constantine's conversion and the Edict of Milan, 313 AD, that the church began formally establishing Christmas as a way to unify the empire and compete with the established pagan festivals like Sol Invictus.
So when it says his transition, talking about Constantine became a Christian. And because he was in power, guess what? He implemented Christianity. But he wasn't implementing Christianity from a biblical standpoint. He was implementing Christianity in a pagan standpoint. Oh, now we're about to get into that. Because remember, it's saying 336 AD is the first time you even hear about the celebration of Christ's birthday. Do you understand 336 AD technically represents at the least 336 years after Christ's death? That means when he was alive, we didn't hear about his birthday. That means the first couple of years, we didn't hear about his birthday. The 1st century, the 2nd century, we didn't hear about his birthday. The 3rd century, we didn't hear about his birthday. It wasn't until dang near almost halfway through the 4th century that we hear about celebrating his birthday. And that's literally because the ruler of that time transitioned into Christianity. But now we're about to get why and how Christianity was meshed with the paganism. Let me see it. So now we go to Pope Gregory. So Pope Gregory I is who you want to know. Pope Gregory I reigned, reigned from 590 to 604 AD, and he was the one that helped the transition of blending Christianity and paganism to become one. Okay. Yep, that's what we want right here. Let's get it. Let's get the history. Like I said, we bring out history. Then we're going to go to book, chapter, verse.
Okay. Well, Pope Gregory the First reigned 590 to 604 AD. Did not establish the December 25th for date for Christmas. It was set by Pope Julius I in the 4th century. He was a pivotal figure in the formal policy of baptizing pagan traditions to facilitate Christian conversion.
What does it mean, baptizing pagan traditions to facilitate? Read that again.
Christian conversion.
Christian conversion. What is that telling us?
Wouldn't that be he still would no? Baptizing means get rid of, right?
Look up the word baptize.
Okay.
In your phone.
I got you.
I want you to stay on that page. Look up the word baptize.
Okay. Let's see. Baptizing meaning performing the Christian ritual of immersion and sprinkling with water to signify spiritual cleansing, rebirth, and initiation into the church. Symbolizing dying to sin and rising to new life in Christ, often involving public declaration of faith, and the word itself comes from the Greek word meaning to dip. It is a symbolic act showing commitment to Jesus and is seen as a new beginning, a purification from sin, and joining of the Christian community.
All right, read the first definition. I want the end of it. But go ahead.
Go with God. Let's see. The first meaning. Cleansing and purity, washing away sins and becoming spiritually clean.
So, okay, when it says cleansing and purity, meaning now we're taking this paganism and we're going to clean it up a little bit. And we're going to, and keep reading. What was the next definition after that?
Death and resurrection, being submerged, buried with Christ, and emerging raised to new life.
Right. And now we're going to bring the new life into Christianity. We're going to merge paganism and Christianity. That's essentially what baptizing it means. We're going to merge or submerge them together. You understand? Somebody said, God bless and Merry Christmas. Guess they ain't watch class. You should watch the rest of this class. Dead serious. So, let me see. Where you at? Keep reading. Where
The Zorb to transform policy. In a famous 601 AD letter to Abbot Melitius, who was joining the mission to Anglo-Saxons,
right.
Gregory outlined a strategic shift from destroying paganism to repurposing it.
So instead of destroying paganism, we're going to repurpose it, rebrand it. We're not going to destroy the paganism. We're going to rebrand it. Because we understand, put it like this. You've been serving paganism for centuries. If I become the king and tell you, all right, no more paganism, the first thing the people are going to do is they're going to revolt. They're going to turn from. You understand? They're going to try to rise up against, or they're going to keep it in secret. You understand? It's not going to make them say, yeah, we shouldn't serve paganism. So instead of doing that, he understood this. We can't get rid of it, but we can rebrand it. Go ahead. No, you don't serve Jesus Christ because you're literally about to go serve paganism tomorrow. You got a Christmas tree up in your house. You got gifts up under it. Literally, that's what we've been talking about the whole class. Everything you do is a pagan custom that you do not find in the Bible. Go ahead.
Temples and churches. He instructed missionaries not to destroy well-built pagan temples. Instead, they were to be purified with holy water.
Hold on. So read that part again.
They were to be purified with holy water.
No, from pagan temples. Go back to that part.
Temples to churches. He instructed missionaries not to destroy well-built pagan temples.
Do not destroy well-built pagan temples. Go ahead.
Instead, they were purified with holy water.
They were purified with holy water. I'm sure you Christians do that. That's where you get the holy water from. And it's not holy water. It's just some water. I promise you. It's tap water. That's all. Just some tap water they got. Go ahead.
And Christian altars and relics were to be installed.
Right. Now they put Christian altars in and relics to be installed because they want to make it look the part, even though you're still practicing pagan customs. You're still practicing pagan customs. Go ahead.
The goal was for people to feel comfortable worshiping in familiar and dear places.
Right. They wanted you to be comfortable in your paganism, but they wanted you to convert to Christianity. Go ahead.
Feastables to feast days. Gregory advised the pagan festivals involving animal sacrifices to be replaced with feasts celebrating Christians, martyrs, or the dedication of churches.
Right. A Christian martyr, the greatest one would be Christ. Go ahead.
Gradual conversion. He believed that it is impossible to face everything at once from the obdurate mind.
Right. Meaning you can't do this all at once. It has to be a gradual conversion. You understand? It takes time. So we might change just a little something, but you're still doing your paganism. You understand? You're still doing your paganism. Christmas doesn't take away from what you're doing. We're only adding to. You understand? We're embracing. We're magnifying. You know, they use words like that. Go ahead.
Okay. So Salakia.
Hold on real quick. His blood alone. Do you celebrate Christmas or not? Yes or no? It's very simple. Let your yay be yay and your nay be nay. Go ahead.
Come. Gradual conversion. He believed that it's impossible to face everything at once from obdurate minds.
Right.
arguing that conversion must happen step by step, not by leaps and bounds.
Right. Can't do it leaps and bounds. You got to take your time with this. Go ahead. What? What's wrong?
Never mind.
No, go ahead.
I forget it. We're talking about heathens. My fault.
What's the problem?
Like change can't happen by step. It has to happen step by step. Not by
Remember, Psalms 55 and 20, 21, 22. It talks about his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. He understands I need to soften the blow. I can't just put the blow on you because I know that's going to make you revolt, fight against this, that, and the third. You said I celebrate the birth of Christ. Yes. What was Christ's birthday according to the Bible? Listen to what I say. Ask you. What was Christ's birthday according to the Bible? So that means I need to see book, chapter, verse on what his birthday was. Help me out. Go ahead.
Impact on Christmas traditions. Although Gregory's policy was broader than just Christmas, it provided a theological and administrative framework for the integration of pre-Christian customs into the holiday. Right.
So read that part again. Hey, his blood. This is what I need you to listen to. Listen to what he just read. This is history. This is historical facts. Go ahead, read that again.
Although Gregory's policy was broader than just Christmas.
It was broader than Christmas. Go ahead.
It provided a theological and administrative framework for the integration of pre-Christian customs into the holiday.
So now, it presented a theological framework for pre-Christian customs, meaning I have a way to implement these pre-Christian customs, which are nothing more than paganism, to represent Christians or Christmas. That's what you do every Christmas. This is why the only time of year you put a tree up in your house is December. That's the only time of year you do that. And the only time of year you sit there and put lights and trees up and everything else around your house is Christmas, because you're still representing the paganism. Yes, it's definitely a salvation issue, and we're going to get to that later if you stay with us. And I'm glad you answered it honestly. There is no exact date, meaning you can't even begin to say December 25th is his birthday. The scripture says, do not add nor take from his word. You're adding to his word if you're implementing December 25th as his birthday, because there's nothing in the Bible that even remotely comes close to representing December 25th as his birthday. That means you're adding to the word every time you celebrate Christmas and honor it. So therefore, you can't be of the Most High in Christ, because the Most High nor Christ said anything about that. You understand? So yes, it is a salvation issue, and I'm going to read it out the scriptures for you if you just bear with me. What are y'all doing? Teaching class. What's up? Y'all want to be a part of class? Probably, I don't know, probably 30, 31. Why? You need some money? What you need money for? A field trip? All right, well, we'll talk about it later. Don't sweat. So now, let's get back to it. Where you at?
All right. Impact on Christmas traditions.
Uh-huh.
Although Gregory's policy was broader than just Christmas, it provided...
Hold on, whoa. His blood alone. Let me ask you this. What matters more, what we say or what we do? Listen carefully. What matters more to the Most High? What we say or what we do? Go ahead.
Impact on Christmas traditions. Although Gregory's policy was broader than just Christmas,
right,
it provided a theological and administrative framework for the integration of pre-Christian customs into the holiday. Trappings of the season, by encouraging missionaries to consecrate rather than eliminate local customs.
Right. So consecrate means embrace instead of eliminating. Go ahead.
Traditions like using evergreen, mistletoe, and
hold on, using what?
Evergreen.
What is evergreen? Evergreen is what you put up. It's the Christmas tree. It's the mistletoe. It's the wreath on your door. That's the evergreen. That's the evergreen tree. Why? Because it goes back to the foundation of what of the sun worship that you're doing. Those were the only type of trees. Like every other tree during the wintertime, what happens? The leaves fall off. It dies. It's gone. It's withered away. There's no fruit, no life in it. But the evergreen tree, it survived winters. It was like like the winter didn't mean anything to it. So guess what? That's why they brung the evergreen tree in. That's why you bring that Christmas tree in. That's why you bring that wreath in. That's why you bring in that mistletoe. You understand? Because that's what paganism is about. Not Christ, not God, paganism. I hear what you're saying, but I see what you're doing. That's the problem. If I see it, guess who I know sees it? The Most High God. I hear you say you spend time with Christ every day, this, that, and the third. It sounds good. That's like what you're saying is literally what Constantine and Pope Gregory wanted you to say. That's what they wanted you to do. I spend time with Christ every day. I'm nothing but Christ. You see me, I'm a walking example of Christ. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Let's keep Easter. Let's have that Christmas dinner. Let's make sure we got a nice, glorious tree up. Let's put the lights up. All that is pagan customs. So if your life is really surrendered to Christ, take all that Christmas stuff out your house right now and tell your kids ain't no more Christmas. We serving Christ because I surrendered to Christ. That's what you need to do if you're really about Christ. My kids don't celebrate Christmas. They celebrate Christmas, I get rid of them because I really surrendered to Christ. See the difference? My life is not my own. So no, we won't be celebrating Christmas. And if they even try, they will be done. They're no longer mine. They will be the prodigal son. Where you at?
Go Con. Trappings of the season. By encouraging missionaries to consecrate rather than eliminate local customs, traditions like using evergreens, mistletoe, and candles were eventually absorbed into the Christians' celebration.
Read that part again. You got to be loud and don't just read it like it's just something else.
Traditions like
what you read now.
Traditions like using evergreens, mistletoe, and candles were eventually absorbed into the Christian celebration. Shifting meaning. Instead of celebrating the rebirth of the physical sun, as in Sol Invictus.
So instead of celebrating Sol Invictus, the physical sun, go ahead.
Gregory's policy encouraged converts to celebrate the birth of the Son of God.
The Son of who?
God.
Now that's why you celebrate Christ on December 25th. Because that's what Pope Gregory the first implemented. Look, it's the same thing, guys. Okay, just instead of the Son God, how about the Son of God? If that don't sound like a Christian pastor, I don't know what does. Boy, it's slick with the tongue, right? Instead of the Son God, how about the Son of God? It's the same thing.
Y'all ain't hearing me. Y'all ain't hearing me. Let me say it again.
Exactly. Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. This is what you're representing. And Jesus is not God. No, he's not. The same people that gave you Christmas gave you that lie also. Christmas is a lie. Jesus is God is a lie. You understand? Easter is a lie. Everything about what you celebrate here in America is a lie. Everything. Everything. It's all a lie. Y'all mad at us because we want to serve in the truth. This is why it's called the truth. You understand? Go ahead.
So I do have one question.
Still
the same question I've been having since I first joined. Even before I joined. If Jesus was supposed to be celebrated in that way, like his birthday and whatnot,
right,
why is there no recordings? Like everybody else in every like mythology, religion, there is some scripture or verse that they have in their, things they believe in to celebrate this, this, that, and the third. But there's nothing for Jesus celebrating himself.
Right.
There's nothing you should do to celebrate Jesus besides knowing he's the messenger.
And that's the thing. That again, this is why the scriptures say, do not add nor take from his word. Because you are adding Christmas into his word. You are adding his birthday into the word. It's nowhere in there. Like even when you read about the birth or the nativity of him, they were talking about how the shepherds were tending to the sheep. That doesn't happen in cold months. that only happens during the spring or summer time. You understand? So even if you want to guesstimate, you would have to guesstimate during warmer seasons, not the colder seasons. Lord be with this brother. He said he hope I see the deception. Does he not understand the deception is what he's going through right now? And he doesn't understand. This is how you know the Lord, like, because it's obvious as day to me. Like, how do you not see Christmas is a lie? You cannot. I just asked you to validate in the Bible when Christ's birthday was December 25th. You said, well, it's not in there. Then what are we talking about? That should be the end of it, right? But the fact that you say it's not in there and you're still going to go celebrate it tells me what the scripture says is true. The Lord revealeth. Like the Lord didn't reveal nothing to you yet. The Lord don't want you to see. The scripture talks about how one man planteth, another man waters, but the Lord gives the increase. Maybe I'm watering, maybe I'm planting. I don't know. But the Lord ain't gave the increase yet. This is why we do the work. So now let's get more. So now let's see let's see this. How did Pope Gregory's implement of the paganism into Christmas, how did that affect the trees, the gifts, and everything like that? Let's see how that happened. So let's see. Let's read it straight out of history. Because we put up the Christmas tree, right? We put up the wreaths, the mistletoes, the gifts, all that, the decoration of lights. We do that. Let's see how all that transcends into paganism and Christianity. Or it's Christianity, but in the Christmas. Go ahead.
Pope Gregory's First, the Great, policy of repurposing rather than destroying pagans' customs,
right,
directly facilitated the integration of pre-Christian winter traditions into Christmas celebrations.
It did what?
It has facilitated the integration of pre-Christian winter traditions into Christmas celebrations.
Do you understand the pre-Christian winter traditions is the traditions of man? That's essentially what it's telling you. This is the tradition of man that we're integrating into Christianity. Go ahead.
His 601 AD letter to Saint Melitius argued that if pagan converts were allowed to keep their familiar exterior joys,
right,
they would be more easily accepted than accept the interior joys of Christianity.
Read that part again.
If the pagan converts were allowed to keep their familiar exterior joys.
The familiar what?
Exterior joys.
Right. Like the paganism, the partying, the celebration, the gift giving, whatever it was that made them merry and happy that we talked about earlier. Go ahead.
They would more easily accept the interior joys of Christianity.
They would accept it. Go ahead.
Impact on trees and greenery. While Gregory did not invent the Christmas tree, his policy provided the religious permission for evergreens to remain part of the winter season.
To remain a part of it. So they implement Christianity, remember, but now evergreens get to stay a part of it, meaning they weren't a part of it before, but because it's a part of paganism, now it gets to stay a part of it. Go ahead.
Evergreens as symbols. Pagans throughout Europe used evergreen branches during the winter solstice to ward off evil spirits and remind them that spring would return. Under Gregory's philosophy.
Now, why did they do that? Because remember, the evergreen tree, it survives the winter. It survives the winter. So therefore, in their head, that means something. That makes it powerful, mighty. Go ahead.
Under Gregory's philosophy, the church eventually baptized this, viewing the tree's perennial green as a symbol of the immortality of Christ.
So now, he made that tree mean what?
All right. Viewing the tree's perennial green as a symbol of the immortality of Christ.
The morality of Christ. So
immortality.
Immortality of Christ. So guess what? Now, that tree represents the immortality of Christ. So anytime you put that tree up in your house, that's what you're trying to say it means. Meaning, He's just implemented your religion into paganism. And this is why we say Christians are the problem, because you believe the deception. That's the problem. That's what's hurting our community. We believe in the deception. Go ahead. So now we understand the tree is supposed to in paganism, and now it represents the immortality of Christ. Go ahead.
The replacement of sacred oaks. In Gregory's mission to Germany, missionaries like Saint Boniface, who followed Gregory's principles,
Right.
later famously replaced the donor oak sacred to Thor with a fir tree, calling it the tree of the Christ child.
Right, exactly. It's telling you the same thing, just from a different angle. The tree of the Christ child. You understand? The Messiah child. Go ahead.
The paradise tree. The integration eventually led to the 16th century German paradise tree, a fir decorated with apples and wafers for the feast of Adam and Eve on December 25th, which is the direct ancestor of the modern Christmas tree. That's the one I know about.
Yep. We just gave you 3 different angles of paganism for the Christmas tree. That's what we just did. Go ahead.
Impacts on gifts and feasting.
Now we're about to get into why you give gifts and you love to feast on Christmas. You're going to have that Christmas dinner or Christmas breakfast, however you do it. Go ahead.
Gregory's strategy specifically addressed the pagan tradition of animal sacrificing.
Read loud and clear. Start that over.
Gregory's strategy specifically addressed the pagan tradition of animal sacrifice and communal feasting. From sacrificing to celebration, Gregory instructed instead of the sacrificing oxen to devils.
So now instead of sacrificing your ox to devils, go ahead.
Converts should build huts of the boughs of trees around their newly Christianized temples and slaughter the animals for a religious feast in honor of God.
Right. Now that feast you hold is in honor of God. And now this is why you give thanks and say, I'm thankful that the Lord has kept me this long and brought our family together and we're able to make it another year. That's why you do that, because that's what this Pope implemented. It wasn't the truth. It wasn't biblical. It was to continue pagan customs so that they could grow. Go ahead.
Rationalizing gift giving. The pagan custom of exchanging gifts, common in Roman Saturnalia.
So now, giving gifts was common in Roman Saturnalia, meaning this was something that was going way before Christmas during this time. Go ahead.
And Germanic Yule,
right, which we read about earlier. Go ahead.
Was rationalized into Christianity by attaching it to the biblical story of the Magi.
The Magi, meaning the 3 kings that came from the east, they brought gifts to Christ. And now they're trying to say what they did was they said, well, see, this is why we give gifts, because the 3 kings gave gifts to Christ. But what they failed to realize is that had nothing to do with giving Christ gifts on his birthday. That wasn't what that represented at all. Nor did they say keep that day. You won't find it in the Bible. Go ahead.
I just thought about that too. I was like,
what?
Even that story, nobody brings up that story either. Social reciprocity. Words. Social reciprocity. Can't say it.
It's all right. Words is words.
You usually did it this way.
Social reciprocity. Reciprocity. No sweat. You got it.
Reciprocity.
Uh-huh.
The raucous feastings of pagan winters evolved into the Lord of Misrule.
Uh-huh.
Traditions of the Middle Ages where the rich were expected to give to the poor as a debt to society.
Right.
And you even keep that.
They don't, but this is where that comes into play. You'll see a lot of rich people and people of status. What do? They go give to the community. I just gave this, or we just gave away socks. We just gave away shirts. We just gave away a food drive or whatever. It's the same spirit. It's the same spirit because you're keeping your pagan customs till this day. Go ahead. Let me see where you're at.
It's at the very end, almost to the integration of light.
That's where you go to integration of light.
Okay.
Go to integration of light.
Integration of light.
Uh-huh.
Gregory encouraged replacing bonfires intended to strengthen the sun with candles and lamps, meant to represent Christ as the light of the world.
Right. So instead of those bonfires that they was keeping, now candles and lamps. And guess what? Now you took it to decorating your house that way, decorating your tree that way, because you're keeping the pagan customs. It's all the same thing. You understand? Is there any more on that?
This ensured that the visual elements of solstice festivals, light and the darkness, remain central to the Christmas atmosphere.
Good God. How can you get around this? Is this not clear as day? Am I tripping?
Oh, okay. It's clear. It's clear as can be.
I mean, good Lord. Now, let's go to the scriptures. Give me 2 Colossians. Colossians, yes. Book of Colossians, chapter 2.
Book of Colossians.
Chapter 2.
Okay.
And I want to start at verse 7.
Okay. Colossians chapter 2, verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Rooted and built up in him,
Right.
established in the faith.
Right. That's what you have to be. You have to be rooted and built up in him, meaning this ain't something that happens overnight. You can't just say, I opened the Bible, now I'm giving my life to God, and now I'm in the truth. No, you have to be built up into him. That's what you get here in the ISUPK. You get built up into the truth. You get built up into a soldier. You get built up into obeying God. You understand? Go ahead.
As ye've been taught.
As ye been what?
As ye have been taught.
Now, let me ask you this. If I do this on my own, can I be taught? Like, how am I going to be taught if I'm sitting up here saying, well, I read the Bible and I pray? What's teaching me that? What's teaching me to do this the right way? The only way you can be taught is if you come under learned men. And that's what you have here in the ISUPK. Learned men. Learned, obedient men. That's the only way to be taught. You cannot be taught without learned men. And that's what we're here for. Go ahead.
Abounding therein with thanksgiving.
Right. And once you're taught, you abound there in thanksgiving. Go ahead.
Surprisingly, no Christian pastor use that.
They know not to use that. Good Lord.
Verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy.
Through what?
Philosophy.
Christianity.
Philosophy.
Christmas.
Philosophy.
Paganism.
Philosophy.
All of it's philosophy. Go ahead.
And vain deceit.
In vain deceit. Christmas is a vain deceit. You understand? Because it means nothing, but it's ruining everything. Because you're serving it. And it's paganism. It's man worship. We literally learned about it being man worship. Sol Invictus is a man. That they represent the sun god. Go ahead.
Go, Con. After the tradition of men.
After what?
After the tradition of man.
After the tradition of man. Christmas is the tradition of man, not the Bible, not God, not the prophets. It's the tradition of man. Paganism is the tradition of man. You did not learn this from your God. You learned this from men that hate your God. So why are you keeping Christmas? It's time. Enough is enough. We have to stand strong in what God taught us. That's why I started off this class to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not on this wise, it's because there's no truth in them. Christmas is not the law nor the testimony. So why are we in it? Go ahead.
Go, Con. After the tradition of man, after the rudiments of the world.
And it's a rudiment of this world, meaning the foundation of this world, the practices of this world is Christmas. Why are you following the practices of this world? Christmas, your birthday. We just learned, we also learned your birthday is something that we never did either. Why are you doing it? Easter, even Easter, all those, a lot of the holidays we keep today came from the edict of Pope Gregory I. The way he integrated those paganism day, those pagan days, into what we call now holidays. And that's why we keep it. It's the rudiment of men. It's the foundation of what they started. It's not what we're supposed to keep as followers of the Most High God in Christ. Go ahead.
And not after Christ.
And what?
And not after Christ.
Christmas is not after Christ. It's a rudiment of man. It's the tradition of man. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 9.
Right?
For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily.
Meaning in him, you will be fulfilled in the Godhead bodily. You don't need a Christmas. You don't need your birthday. If you truly serve in him, you will be fulfilled. But this is the thing. You have to truly serve him. You can't do it according to what you think, what you feel, or what you want. You have to do it according to what he says. And his word is true. This is why the Bible said, let God be true and every man a lie. Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 10.
And
ye are complete in him.
And you what?
And ye are complete in him.
And that's heavy. It says that because you're going to be thinking you missing out when you ain't serving Christmas. Your family having get together. They having a big feast, big dinner. All the family there. All your friends is there. You ain't there. You feeling like you ain't complete. But the scripture says you are complete in him. And this is how you know when you're in the truth or not. I don't feel like I'm missing a thing not serving Christmas. I actually feel, what's the word I'm looking for? I actually feel liberated. I feel liberated not serving Christmas because I know I'm doing something for the Lord. And that's what matters, serving the Most High in Christ. I'm thankful that I do not serve Christmas no more. I'm thankful tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go to work. I'm thankful. Go ahead.
Okay. And ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power.
And that's why it says that. It's the head of all principality and power, meaning when you forsake Christmas, don't feel like you're missing out on anything because the head of all principality and power is now with you. You're not following the tradition of man no more. We did just learn it was a tradition of man. Am I tripping? All that history we just gave?
Okay.
All right. No sweat. I'm just making sure. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Verse 11. In whom also ye are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands.
Right. And that circumcision is a circumcision of the heart, meaning the circumcision of your mind. Meaning this. You're no longer thinking, how can I serve Christmas? You're only thinking, how can I serve the Most High God? You've been circumcised in your mind. Now I know Christmas is the tradition of man. I don't think anything of it. It has no hold on me. Those demons are gone. And because I've been circumcised in my mind now, I will not serve any of these holidays. I will not serve my birthday. I will only serve what the Lord says serve. Because that's the real circumcision. Go ahead.
Come.
And
putting off the body of the sins of the flesh by the circumcision of Christ.
And that's how you understand it is a sin to serve the tradition of man. Because you have to put off, you understand what it say? You have to put off the body of the sins of the flesh by the circumcision of Christ. Like when you come into serving Christ and you get the knowledge of Christ, you put off the body of sin. But the context of what it just said is the body of sin is serving the tradition of man. The tradition of man in the context of what we're talking about today is Christianity, Christmas, paganism. We did just prove that on my trip.
Prove that.
I mean, if we didn't,
wholeheartedly.
Like, because I understand you may look at it different. Like, I see why you say that, but it ain't.
No. My question is.
Go ahead.
So, knowing that the traditions of man are different from the traditions of the Bible, right? What separates our traditions, as Israelites, from the heathens? Because in a lot of proof, some of these traditions are celebrated as men that conquered.
What do you mean?
So, like Maccabees,
right.
The reason why we celebrate the feast of
dedication.
Feast of dedication,
right?
Maccabees won a war, right? Not Maccabees.
No, yeah. Judah Maccabees. Yeah.
Judah Maccabees won a war.
What? All right. What's our inheritance?
Our inheritance is the promise.
Okay. What's God's inheritance?
Oh, God's inheritance is the world. No. God's
We
inheritance.
read it earlier. Just calm down and think about it. Think about the question. God inherited what or who?
Oh, our people,
Which is?
Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
So, with us being God's inheritance, when we serve him, guess what we're inherently doing?
Doing his will.
Exactly. You want to see God, you need to see a black man serving God. You want to see God, you need to see a black sister serving God. That's the only way you get to see God. This is why we are vital to the earth. So you want to understand what's the difference between a man making up his own religion in his day and us serving God according to the day that his men put down? Because we are the authority of God on earth in righteousness. Now, you want to know how that's fact? Well, did God not just tell us in the law what he gave the heathens to serve? Do they not serve that year in, year out?
Haven't stopped.
They haven't stopped. But see, we're his inheritance. So because of that, now when you see us obeying him, then you see the glory of God. This is why we can, and you've been there, you know, we done went plenty of places, and it could be a whole bunch of Israelites that's by blood, but not by faith, in there. Then we walk in there, and what happens?
Everybody look at us.
Everybody looking. Everybody stop. Something different about these niggas. What's up with these niggas? That's the difference. What that sequence of what they see when they see us is the difference. Meaning, I don't know what it is, but it's something different. I know a nigga when I see them, and they niggas, but these niggas is different. Like, you know how everybody will say, like, whether they're good at a sport or whatever it is, and like, I'm different. I'm different with it. Guess what? We ain't gotta say it. We make you say we different. Because that's the power of God. That's how you know this is of the Lord. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what it is. Where we at?
Verse 11.
Let's keep reading. Oh, we'll be there? Yeah.
Oh, no, verse 12. So
Yeah.
Verse 12. Buried with him in baptism,
Uh-huh.
wherein also ye are risen with him,
Right.
through the faith of the operation of God,
Right. Through the faith of the operation of God. Right. Go ahead.
who hath raised him from the dead.
Uh-huh.
Verse 13.
Right.
And you being dead.
You being dead because you were dead when you were serving Christmas. You were dead in your paganism. You were dead in your Christianity. You were dead in serving Easter. You were dead in serving your birthday. You being dead, go ahead.
And you being dead in your sins and the uncircumcision of your flesh,
Right.
hath he quickened together with him.
Meaning he quickened together with him. He strengthens you with him now. You were serving Christmas. Now you're strengthened with him. You're one with him now. Go ahead.
Having forgiven you all trespasses.
And that's the thing. Christmas is a trespass. Paganism is a trespass. Why? Because it's the way of men. He told us in the law. That's why one of the first verses I went to was Deuteronomy 4:15 through 20. Because it shows us that the Lord didn't mind certain people on earth serving the moon, the stars, the sun, beasts, whatever, male, female. He didn't mind heathens doing that, the nations doing that. But you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you were called to serve him. You are his inheritance. So therefore, you got to be cleansed of that. You got to be cleansed of that. Why? Because you were never made to serve that. You were made to serve him. And if you're serving that, you cannot serve him. He won't accept it. And that's what Christ was for. You understand? Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 14. Blotting out the handwriting of the ordinances that was against us.
Blotting out what?
The handwriting of ordinances that was against us.
Uh-huh.
Which was contrary to us.
It was contrary to us. What is this talking about? Help me out. Break it down.
The rules that the heathen enjoy, like their celebrations that they enjoy, the life that they follow, the stuff that they do. It was against us.
All right, how about this?
To us.
Okay, right. That is true, but let's keep reading, and maybe that'll give you the context. So read from the top of 14.
Okay. Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. Nailing it to his cross.
Right.
So the way they try to cover up Jesus being black.
It's an ordinance. What is an ordinance?
A rule. A
Okay.
law.
Okay, a rule meaning what?
If you do this, something will happen to you.
Right. So now, that's what he nailed to the cross. Now think about what Christ is. Because if we broke the laws of God, we would have to what?
We live in sin.
We would live in sin, but to get rid of it, we would have to do what?
To get rid of them, we would have to
Give there's a sin offering. Right.
Okay.
But he nailed it to the cross, meaning guess what? We don't have to give a sin offering. We don't have to give our life for it no more. You understand? We don't have to pay back what we stole. Now, those ordinances are blotted out. That's what he nailed to the cross. Because a Christian will tell you he nailed keeping the law to the cross. That's not what it's talking about. It didn't say that. It said the ordinances, meaning if you break the law, this is the ordinance of how to correct yourself within that law. But he nailed that to the cross, meaning when you keep Christmas, you should be unalive. What this verse is saying is you should be dead for keeping Christmas. You should be unalive for keeping your birthday. You should, because guess what? You're breaking the first rule, putting another God before him. You should be unalive for keeping Christmas, your birthday, Easter, and so forth. But because he nailed the ordinances to the cross, now it's blotted out. Now you have grace to get it right. See what I'm saying? I won't unalive you now. I'll say, hey, you got to get this right. This is what we got to do. We can't serve paganism no more. We can't serve Christmas no more. Thanks to Christ, not only you, but I have a chance to get it right. Because we both deserve to die. Because we've all served a Christmas. That's what this verse is saying. Thanks to Christ, we don't die. That's what Paul is telling you. Let's keep reading.
Okay. Verse 15. And having spoiled principalities and powers.
So those principalities and powers, meaning that's over you. Go ahead.
He made a shoe of them openly, triumphing over them in it.
Exactly. Meaning in his death, he triumphed over them. Now, his death gave us power. This is why we must die, meaning spiritually, because his death gave us power. The power to overcome, meaning we all should be dead, but we're not because of his death. Now we have to overcome it. And we have to die to who America made us. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Let no man therefore judge you in meat or drink,
right,
or in respect of any holy day, or of the new moon of Salakia, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days.
That's why I love this verse, because a Christian will try to use this verse to tell you to keep Christmas. What is this verse really telling you?
You don't,
because he overcame those powers that wants to make us serve Christmas. Now it's telling us, don't let no man do what?
So in this respect, it said, let no man
therefore
judge you in meat or in drink. So, in respect of a holy day.
What's a holy day?
That would be what we do, our feast of dedication,
right?
High holy days.
Right. So who would be judging us in that?
The only, because in respect, it would say, let no Israelite say that, but it's saying let no man. So it's talking about the heathen. Right.
Think about it. When he say, I don't keep Christmas, I keep the feast of dedication though. What? What are you talking about? Man, it's Christmas time, man. It's the holiday season. What's wrong with you? Let no man judge you. Think about it. When you tell them, what you eat, man? I'll take that. Oh man, we got this shrimp cocktail. I don't eat no pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster. What? Man, that's eating. That's good eating. What's wrong with you? Come on now. There's a reason why this stuff costs more than others. You sure you don't want this? Let no man judge you. You understand? Why? Because now you've been circumcised in Christ now. You have the mind state of Christ now. You understand? Remember what it's been said, telling us the whole time down. So since you've been with the mind state of Christ, and now we done blotted out the ordinance, so you ain't got to worry about not dying. Just now, because you ain't got to worry about dying, now you just worry about obeying. Because now you have the mind state of Christ. You ain't got to worry about being alive for it no more. So you ain't got to lie and say you ain't did it when we know you did it. Now you just worry about fixing it. That's what the mind state of Christ is. Fixing it. Because now you fixed it, don't let no man judge you in keeping it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I'm sorry, Chris. Let's keep reading.
Verse 17. Which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Christ.
All right.
Verse 18. Let no man beguile you of your reward in a voluntary humility and worshiping of angels.
And that's essentially what Christmas is. You know, how many trees have you seen an angel on top of it, a sun on top of it, a star on top of it? I mean, good Lord, that's what Christmas is. Go ahead.
Intruding into those things which he hath not seen, vainly puffed up by his fleshly mind.
It all comes from a human mind, not a spiritual mind. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And not holding the head, from which all of the body by joints and bands have nourishment ministered. I'll go to 20.
Yep.
Verse 20. Where if ye be dead with Christ from the rudiments of the world, why as though living in the world?
Start from the top.
Verse 20. Wherefore, if ye be dead with Christ from the rudiments of the world.
What does it mean to be dead with Christ from the rudiments of the world? In the context of what we're teaching and talking about today.
From the holidays they celebrate.
Exactly. Christ did not. This is what you got to understand. As we just proved, what was big in Roman culture? What did we just prove was big in Roman culture?
Christmas. Sol Invictus.
Sol Invictus, right? But this is the thing, though. And not only Sol Invictus, Saturnalia, right?
Okay.
But guess who seen Saturnalia year in, year out? Who seen Saturnalia year in, year out?
The heathens.
Well, they did, yes.
So, in this context, you're asking.
Where was Saturnalia practiced?
Oh, in Europe.
In what
Rome.
captivity? In Rome.
Okay.
So,
Who else? The captives of Rome, captives of Greek, us, the Israelites.
Israelites. We seen it. But more importantly, guess who else seen it? Christ. Christ seen Saturnalia being practiced.
Oh, God.
You think Christ ain't seen no Saturnalias? Christ seen Saturnalia?
Nah, man, he was so good, he made people not celebrate it.
No, he seen all that. Christ seen all of that. Meaning, just like you see Christmas, Christ seen Saturnalia and did not celebrate it. So now you must see Christmas just like he seen Saturnalia and not celebrate it. Paul seen Saturnalia. Paul seen Saturnalia and Sol Invictus and did not celebrate it. That's why he wrote this letter to the Colossians. Paul in the book of Acts, I'm paraphrasing, but he talked about how the men of Athens, he said, man, I perceive that y'all are very superstitious. The Lord, I just walked past something and it said, to the unknown God. Like, you're worshiping a God you don't know? What is wrong with you? Like, this is who Paul was. You understand? Let's read. Read that from the top.
Okay. Verse 20. Where if ye be dead with Christ from the rudiments of the world.
So Christ is dead to Christmas. Christ is dead to Thanksgiving. Christ is dead to Easter. Christ is dead to his birthday. Because that's the rudiments or the foundations of the world. You understand? Go ahead.
Why, as though living in the world.
Why what?
Why, as though living in the world.
Why, as though living in the world.
Are ye subjects to the ordinances.
Right. you subject to the ordinances. You understand? Meaning you gonna see it. You might even like I'll put it like this. At work, they having Christmas dinners and Merry Christmas and all that. Guess what? I'm just like, oh yeah, no sweat. Yeah, cool. Like I'm not like it's certain people that know I don't keep it. Like in general, they know, but they'll still say Merry Christmas, all this and all that. I'm saying, no, I'm good. No sweat. Because I'm dead to Christ in the rudiments of the world. You understand? And that's what we gotta be if we truly serve Christ. So in the book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8 going down, is pretty much telling you about serving false idols in the traditions of men, in the rudiments of this world, which is Christmas, Thanksgiving, you understand? Easter, birthdays. That's your breakdown to understand that we do not serve birthdays. We do not keep Christmas. We do not keep the traditions of man. That is against God. Not only that, did we not just get history where it says the early church fathers for the first 3 centuries did not keep, they didn't even think of a birthday as a thing. Actually, did they make fun of it?
Technically, it was 4 centuries, sir.
Oh, you're right. 4 centuries. And for 4
400
centuries,
years.
you're right. And almost for 400 years, the early church fathers, and they were even in sin. But even they knew that they was making fun of birthdays. Like, we don't keep no dang old birthday. Come on, man. That ain't what we do. So we got history. We got foundational history. We got foundational scriptures. And we put them together to understand what? We do not serve Christmas. We do not serve birthdays. We do not serve paganism. We do not serve the holidays of America. You have to come back to your God. That's only a decision you can make. I know it just seems so right to serve that Christmas, to serve your birthday. But that's the strong delusion that the devil wants you to be under. You have to fight against that spirit, man. And if you really want to fight against that spirit, you come here to the ISUPK where demons die. You understand? And with that, I'm Priest and Officer Yahweh Thumb of the ISUPK. Of course, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, hit us up. With that, I say shalom. Peace, Israel.